Ben Askren just shared a fresh update from the hospital. He's still recovering, but he's making progress. He looked a bit tired but determined. You could see it in his eyes. He's fighting through it. In the video, Ben revealed he's now able to walk laps around his hospital ward. He's pushing himself every single day to get stronger and adapt to life with his new lungs. It's not easy, but he's doing it. Slowly, steadily. That fighting spirit is still alive in him. And last night in Spain, something magical happened. Ilia Topuria stood in front of 50,000 people and performed his walkout song live. Can you imagine that? The roar of the crowd, the lights, the energy. He wasn't just walking out, he was owning the moment.
What's up, guys? Update number 9. So I'm gonna kick some butt on this walker. I did a full lap earlier. That was the first time I did a full lap. So I'm gonna try to do a full lap again. Hopefully you guys see I'm making some progress. I'm getting better even though I'm stuck here in the hospital.
Bye.
That's progress. I'm gassed. Seems that one lap of walking can get you there tired. But that's my almost third lap today, so I'm making some good progress. Hope you guys are doing the same with your laps.
Fully. That was more than just a performance. That was a statement. Now, here's something surprising. Islam Makhachev's team, who've long brushed off the idea of fighting Ilia Topuria, are starting to change their tune. For a while, they said Ilia hadn't proven himself enough. They insisted he needed more big wins before stepping into the cage with Islam. And not long ago, Islam even vacated the lightweight title, and people thought that was it. But things change fast in MMA. After Ilia's recent knockout, one that nearly broke the internet, the fight's suddenly back on everyone's radar. And even Islam's coach Javier Mendez is acknowledging the hype. Speaking to MMA Junkie, Coach Javier didn't hold back. He said, "It's the #1 fight right now." Compared it to John Jones versus Tom Aspinall, saying that if Islam wins his next bout, the must-make fight is Islam versus Ilia. That's huge. Javier went on, "I like what Ilia's doing. He's getting people to care about the fight. The more he does, the more people want it. He's strong. He doesn't worry about weight. He's making people excited. I respect that." He added, "Islam wanted a legacy fight. He wanted the welterweight title. If we win that, who knows? Maybe Ilia comes up, maybe Islam drops back down. It all depends on the UFC, but first we have to win." So, it's clear. The idea of Islam versus Ilia isn't just fantasy anymore. It's real. It's building. And now, it's a matter of time. Meanwhile, Dricus du Plessis took a moment to reflect ahead of his upcoming title defense against Khamzat Chimaev at UFC 319.
My toughest opponent to date? Well, that's a very open-ended question because there were fights that were the hardest for me. I have to say probably Adesanya was the best guy I faced in his specific area. Probably the fight I was the most nervous for. Just in terms of how good he is, he can catch you with anything, anytime. You know, all the time I spent looking up to him and studying him because he was the benchmark. Knowing what he's capable of, I think he is the best guy I've faced, and obviously if you watch that fight, it was one hell of a fight. It was a tough night at the office for both of us. And but then when you just go on pure toughness, you have to go with either Brad Tavares or Sean Strickland. Just the amount of damage they were able to take and just...
And in a recent chat with B-Way, Dricus got real. He admitted that of all his opponents so far, Israel Adesanya was the most intimidating. Not just the toughest fight, but the one he felt most nervous about. That honesty? That's powerful. Dricus is a monster in the cage, but even he had to mentally prepare on a different level for Izzy. And speaking of Izzy, he's back training with Alexander Volkanovski. Two warriors, two champions, sharing techniques, pushing each other. It's the kind of connection that raises the game for both. You can tell they're not just teammates, they're brothers in battle. There's mutual respect. They learn from each other. And that kind of training, that creates greatness. Now here's something a little more on the luxurious side. Dana White is living the high life, literally. The UFC CEO recently took a vacation on the massive Oppo yacht. And get this, it costs $2.8 million per week to rent. Yes, per week. The yacht is a floating palace, built in 2021. 6 massive decks, twin MTU engines, a top speed of 18 knots. It can fit 16 guests, with a crew of 36 ready to serve. It's got everything: gym, dance floor, movie theater, beauty salon, a full spa with a sauna. And if that's not enough, you've got jet skis, kayaks, scuba diving, and more. Dana's not just taking a break, he's doing it in style. Now this one hits different. Artem Lobov is back. Yes, you heard that right. The Russian hammer is stepping back into the fight game. He's signed to fight his old rival Zubaira Tukhugov at a PFL event in October. This is huge. This fight has been brewing for 7 years. 7 years. Artem confirmed the news himself on social media, saying, 7 years in the making, time to get revenge. This isn't just another bout. This is personal. This is history. Back in 2018, things got heated between Lobov and members of Khabib Nurmagomedov's team, including Zubaira, before UFC 223. It was intense. Words were exchanged, lines were crossed. And what followed? Well, that's when Conor McGregor flew to New York. That's when the infamous bus incident happened. Khabib and other fighters were inside. Conor launched an attack. Chaos erupted, and all of it stemmed from the tension between these two sides. Artem was pulled from his scheduled fight that weekend. Everything spiraled. After that, Lobov moved on to bare-knuckle fighting, eventually retiring in 2021. He hasn't fought since. And now, after all that time, he's back. But things have changed. Artem and Conor aren't even friends anymore. In fact, they're locked in a lawsuit over proper number. 12 Whiskey. Lobov says he helped launch it and wants his share. That friendship? It's over. As for Zubaira, he's also returning to action. His last fight was in 2023 when he lost a decision to Elves Brenner in the UFC. So both men are coming in with something to prove. Their clash is expected to happen at a catch weight of 165 pounds, with the event currently targeted for Dubai. This one won't be about belts, it won't be about rankings. This is about pride, about payback, about settling the score, and after 7 years, they're finally going to do it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this and want to stay updated with more MMA stories, don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got more coming your way.